Johnny here for Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, here to talk to you about the Ford Maverick. So yes, I am on a Ford dealership lot, and for the first time, well, ever in the last 3 years, we actually have Ford Mavericks for sale. They're not just here and in inventory, but not available because they're customers' orders. These Ford Mavericks are actually available. So let's talk about what's going on. Does it mean that the Ford Maverick is a bad vehicle because they're available? Does it mean it's a great vehicle? What's going on with Ford Maverick sales? Why have they slowed down a little? How can we have some available? So please, before we jump into the details, hit the thumbs up, the like, subscribe, turn bell notifications on, and for some other people that you might know that want to hear about the Ford Maverick, please share the video to help feed and dress those poodles. All right, so let's take a look at this right here. We've got one Ford Maverick, two Ford Mavericks for sale. What's going on? We also have one on the inside, and well, earlier in the week, we actually had 4 Ford Mavericks for sale. They're all parked here, and it's wild. It's not just EcoBoost. It's not because there's, a demand for hybrid and no demand for EcoBoost. We had 2 hybrid front wheel drive 2024 Ford Mavericks for sale, as well as 2 EcoBoost all wheel drives. And it's not because they're poorly equipped. We look right here, $42,195 with 4K towing and luxury package. So that's exactly what people want. Look at the fuel economy right there. So that's available, all-wheel drive. And I did promise you we had 2 hybrids available. Now we have one sold, one EcoBoost sold. But that's a hybrid right there. And oh, it already has the bed liner in it. Why? This is your plastic drop-in bed liner. How can we have this bed liner already in it? Well, guess what? It's perfectly equipped. It's got the luxury package for 2,900 Canadian. We're looking at 41,495. We're looking at the most popular model, the XLT, that blue with orange highlight interior. So why are these available? Nice foldable mirrors. You don't get your mirrors caught, that people don't drive by and smack them off. But why do we have these Ford Mavericks available? Okay, so the Ford Maverick isn't an unreliable vehicle, and it's not because the price is insane. It hasn't jumped up. It has jumped up, but it hasn't jumped up like it has in the big truck segment. Whether you're getting a Ram 1500 or a GMC or Chevrolet 1500 or, well, all these Ford F-150s, which we have a lot of. It's not because we're not selling. We've been selling a ton of Ford F-150s because, well, Ford put a huge employee price rebate on that, which is good to the end of the month. So jump in and get your Ford F-150 with, upwards of $10,000 of rebates. Heck, there's even $6,000, $7,000 rebates on some Ford F-150 Lightnings, which I didn't even get an employee price when I bought mine almost, a year and a half ago. But the Ford Maverick isn't selling not because of the price. People still like the price, but most people don't believe that these are actually available. Remember, for the last 3 years, these have been showing up in dealerships' inventories, and we're, well, always customer orders. Even though it was a customer order, as soon as these Mavericks were built at the factory down in Mexico, they showed up as inventory for the dealership and got advertised as available. So for 3 years, people have been calling the dealerships and say, hey, I see that you've advertised for sale a Maverick, or I see that on your website, it's in your inventory, I want to buy it. And people have been getting told no for years. So we're just not getting phone calls for these anymore. We put them on the internet and people don't really believe that they're for sale. When people come in and start talking about the 2025 and tell them that we have 2024 Mavericks available, they're like, are you serious? They have trouble believing it. So the Ford, check out your local or not so local dealerships. If you see one for sale on the internet, there's now actually pretty good chances it used to be zero chances basically that they're available. Now there's actually very good chances that these are available. So make some phone calls, send some emails. There's no employee pricing on them. I know, unfortunate. Why is there no employee pricing? Well, simple. The supply is still very, very low. F-150s that we saw earlier, lots of supply. I've got 2 other yards with a lot of F-150s, whether Lightning or gas-powered F-150s. So with all those F-150s available, 2 other yards, I must still have, heck, we started at the beginning of employee pricing with maybe 100, 120 trucks. We're down to about 40. We sold most of them, but there's just so few Mavericks. And while it appears like the demand isn't there, it's more about people not knowing that these are actually available. $41,000 truck versus mostly $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 pickups. These Mavericks are gonna sell. So if you see one for sale, do yourself a favor. Don't tell yourself, oh, it's definitely not available. I've been phoning for years. I always get kind of told, no, it's not available. Please check them out. Get yourself a great truck, 1,500 pounds payload. In some cases for the EcoBoost, 4,000 pound towing, not on the hybrid, except if you order a 2025 Ford Maverick Hybrid, you can now order it with 4K. You have to order your hybrid all-wheel drive with 4K, and then it will tow 4,000 pounds. But if 2,000 pounds of towing is good enough for you, that's a very fuel efficient hybrid truck. You're gonna get better fuel economy than a Honda Civic, and that's basically Honda Civic price. Yes, I know the price has gone up. I had a 2022. The price has definitely gone up, but it's still a great truck. And think everything on the market on the automobile market has gone up a lot. So you can either, be sour and say, nope, I'm not buying, this particular truck. But you're gonna do the tour of the different manufacturers and you're gonna find out that all the prices have gone up. Or maybe you didn't shop another brand 2 years ago, but trust me, the prices have gone up everywhere. It's still an extremely, affordable, depends on the individual, but it's a really well-priced truck when you compare it to the other trucks on the market. The Ranger I just tried out, the Rangers we've got here, we've got 4 Rangers finally for sale, actual Ford Rangers for sale without having to order them. But well, that's a case of 51,000 to 57,000. So you can see that at 41,000 for a hybrid, whew, that's that's worrisome. At 41,000, generally 42,000 Canadian, you've got yourself a Maverick. That's considerably less than your Ford Ranger. So I hope this information finds you well. Please help this small family business out. Help feed and dress those poodles. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn bell notifications on to not miss any important Ford information.